Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Thank you so much for stopping by as we continue our Brooklyn Beer Week here. This is Brooklyn's Brewery Local Number 1, or Local 1, whatever you want to call it there. Another great big 750 milliliter corked and caged bottle here. They're calling it a Belgian Strong Pale Ale on Beer Advocate and a Belgian Strong Ale on Rate Beer. And Untapped has it listed as a Belgian Strong Golden Ale. So, a lot of times we get some differences there. And a lot of times, if it's not printed on the bottle what they're wanting it to be, it just goes all over the chain. Like yesterday's, that beer, it was an ale, and they were calling it a mead at Rate Beer. So, they probably need to put that information on there so everybody's not confused on what damn beer they're buying or drinking. It blows my mind away. It does. Sometimes it really, as I say, chaps my ass. Chaps my big white ass. So, with this beer here, this is a 9%er, guys. It's a sipper, not a chugger. And you would want to chug a beer like this anyway. This is not Budweiser, Miller, or Coors. Don't chug your craft beers. You're crazy. Don't do it. Just don't. Don't make me slap you. Don't chug your high dollar, tasty craft beers. They're not meant to be chugged. None of them. You wouldn't even chug. You want to chug a nice Hefeweizen or anything like that that's brewed with care and with quality ingredients. You just don't want to do it. If you're a chugger, you need to stick with your Bud, Millers, or Coors as far as I'm concerned. Don't chug these high dollar beers. They're not. This was sent to me by Rico. Rico, thanks again, my brother. You are so awesome, my friend. I do appreciate everything you send me, guy. I do. So, and all the people that's kept up with what's going on in my life, with the cabinet shop being liquidated and me being unemployed now, and all the knee surgeries that I'm going through, and the GoFundMe page that is up, and all the wonderful people from all around the world, from United States, Canada, France, England, Switzerland, Iran, Germany. Everybody's been donating money to me over the last week or so, so it blows me away. I have the best subscribers in the world. I really, really do. So I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. So let's get on with this beer here and see what it brings to me, or brings to the table, to me, to the table, whatever. And commercial description on this: I don't have an IBU listed here on Rate Beer. I don't have one listed on Beer Advocate. So Untapped has it at 26 IBUs, so it should be a very nice, sweet, easy to drink beer. Although it's a 9%, it's not going to be very bitter, guys. It should be a very nice, very well made beer. So we'll see. To me, and I've told you this, I think yesterday on the beer we did yesterday from these guys, to me they're very hit and miss. I mean, they're all well made, but as far as being an outstanding or a world class or a 10 beer, not so much, not so much. But they do some good stuff. They go out of the box, like a lot of them do now that have been brewing for a while, and try different things. That's what it's all about. You get tired of brewing the same thing over and over and over, and they want to do different stuff. I can understand that. Some of them are winners, and some of them are not so much, like I said. So, commercial description on this guy said in Williamsburg, Brooklyn We Forge barley malt and hops from Germany. Aromatic raw sugar from Mauritius. Mauritius, I think it's Mauritius, and yeast from Belgium into our latest beer, Brooklyn Local 1. Behind the full golden color, you'll find an alluring aroma, a dynamic complex of flavors, Belgian flair, Brooklyn fortitude, and a dusting of our special yeast. To create this beer, we use an old technique of 100% bottle re-fermentation, a practice now rare even in Europe. It gives this beer a palate of unusual depth. Enjoy it locally or globally as an aperitif or with your favorite dishes. It's particularly nice with spicy seafood and with fine cheeses. So, sounds good to me, guys. While I'm pouring this, I will read you, or while I'm uncorking it and pouring it, food pairing says general aperitif digestive, and the meat is game and salmon. Glassware snifter, tulip, oversized wine glass. I got my favorite snifter, the Sovereign beer glass. And let's see what we got here. Can I get it? Oh yeah, it's coming right out. Woo! Big pop. Super big pop. I'm actually surprised it ain't running over the bottle. Big pop. Big carbonation. So that tells me I'm not going to pour it aggressive, guys. I don't want 5 fingers of head on this beer. Glassware sniffer, tulip oversized wine glass. I may have told you that. And it says here it can be cellared for long periods of time. And pouring it down the side of the glass, we're going to get a good, probably 2 fingers of head on this. Maybe even 3. As you see, very, very carbonated. And you can tell that by the pop. Look at it growing over the top of the glass. When you get that massive pop, when you open up one of these big bottles, look at it. It's still growing. It's going to come over to the side. And it already has started. A tad overcarbonated in my opinion, right off the bat. Look at it growing. It is still growing. Guys, heavy, heavy carbonation on this guy. When you hear that massive pop, look at it. It's going to come over to the side again. Overcarbonated, right off the bat. We're overcarbonated. And it's running down the side. I don't like that. I don't. So I'm going to tell you right off the bat, guys. This beer is overcarbonated. Overcarbonated. Look at it. It's still growing. The bubbles are just going crazy, guys, reinforcing that head. And it's still, look at it. Still growing. Unbelievable. Way. Did I say way? Way freaking overcarbonated. It's still growing. It's still growing. It's harder for me to get my nose down in this when it's still doing this crazy crap. And I poured it very easily after I heard that big pop. And you see what we've got here. It is growing massively. It's still going. I don't know if I'll even be able to pour her a glass in a chilled pint glass without it pouring 10 fingers of head and having this much in the bottom of the glass. And the bubbles are just off the freaking chain, guys. This is so overcarbonated, it's not funny. Sad. Sad. These guys know how to do better beers than this. I'm very disappointed that it's that much overcarbonated. Even though it's bottle re-fermented, and that usually lends it to having heavy carbonation. It is definitely, they may have put just a little too much yeast back into the re-fermentation process when they bottled this beer. So, it is what it is, ain't it, guys? Look at it. If it wasn't amusing and sad, it would be amusing and sad. Over to the light, guys. It is a rich amber color, but the bubbles are just going freaking crazy. Way overcarbonated, my friend. Way overcarbonated. Rico, look at this, Rico. This beer is overcarbonated, my brother. It is so overcarbonated. Anyway, see if I can smell anything through all this 4 fingers of foam. Smells to me like it's got a nice Belgian yeast quality to it. But it's really hard to tell through all the foam. I'm getting some fruitiness in there, some citrusiness in there. Maybe some hint of some coriander. But nice citrusiness. Let's see if I can get a taste of this. I don't want this to be a 20-minute video, 30-minute video, guys. So let's move it along. Some peppery spiciness there, coriander, pears, apples, tangerines. The lighter fruit notes are more prominent than the tangerines, the apples, pears, apricots. And again, just a slight hint of some metallic taste there. And again, like I said yesterday, that will probably just dissipate as it gets warmer and comes up to room temperature. But right off the bat, guys, way overcarbonated. So I don't know who's in charge of putting yeast or whatever they're doing to re-ferment this in the bottle. It's a little overkill on that. You shouldn't have to go through what you're going through. And I'm actually surprised right now that it didn't come spewing out over the bottle with the carbonation going on with this beer. So I am happy that it did not do that. But it is way, way overcarbonated in my opinion. Just my opinion. So, big soapy bubbles on the outside of the guys, man. Some of them are this big. Almost looks like dishwasher soap on as far as the bubbles. Not tight, not small, big. So, let me pour her a glass and sip on this for a little bit, and see if we can get her a glass out of this without having 10 fingers of head. And we'll come back and see where it ends up, guys, and see if we get anything else on it as it comes at the room temperature. I'll be right back. I swear I will. Alright, guys, I'm back. I've been sitting on for about 30 minutes or so. Very tasty, but the heavy lacing on the glass. The other half was able to pour hers into a glass. Not a chilled glass, but a room temperature glass, and not get that monster head. Very nice beer, guys. My biggest complaint is so overcarbonated. I mean, it shouldn't be that overcarbonated. I realize it's probably been aged in the bottle for a while, and that lends it, especially if it's been at room temperature, 70 degrees or so, for it to have extra carbonation to it. And on the back of the bottle they have it underneath the barcode 2105. So I don't know what that's supposed to mean as far as our dating codes. All the breweries use different Julian codes or batch codes or something like that. Maybe it's a 2015 edition. I'm not sure, guys. Not sure what the dating is. That's why I just assume see a year somewhere. 2015, 2016, 2013, whatever. On the back label, they don't want to put it on the front label. Just me. It's just me. I want to see that on the beers that I buy. Especially when I'm spending my money on something of 750 milliliter. And there's nothing on the bottle at all, anywhere. They're spending more money on the bottle and the label than the information on what's inside the bottle. And I'm not a big fan of that. Rico, I do appreciate you spending your hard-earned money on this and sending it to me and paying for shipping to get it to me, but I was not overwhelmed by this beer. It does have a nice pear, Belgian-esque quality to it, nice bready malt to it, a very enjoyable beer, very well-made beer other than being overcarbonated. Very enjoyable. It's a very nice beer. I will say that. And I may not come up to the grade points that everybody else thinks it is. This is because of the dating process and the carbonation effect on this beer. So, final chug. Very nice Belgian yeast qualities of this. apricots, apples, pears, a nice bready, crackery malt. The Belgian yeast does stand out to me on this. Very nice. But I'm not a big fan of the overcarbonation this beer had. And I'm not a fan of the coating they're putting underneath the bar label at 2105. If it was a Julian code, is it 21st day of 2015? Or whatever it is. A lot of people don't know what that is or what that means when they see it. And a lot of times I don't either. As many beers as I've reviewed, and there's so many different combinations of numbers you can put on a beer for whatever code you want it to be, or batch number or whatever. Why don't you just, you got a machine that's printing that on there, why don't you just put 01, 07, 15. It's not rocket science, guys. Why do they do that? I don't know. I do know. Give it a longer shelf life because a lot of people don't know what the hell that freaking means. So, great beer. Dating system sucks out loud. Carbonation on this beer sucks out loud. But a nice, tasty beer. I will say it is a nice, tasty beer. Because of the information I have on the bottle and the overcarbonation of the beer, lends me to give it a lesser grade. That's just me, guys. You may say, oh, that's a 10 beer. I'm not going to argue with that. It's not a 10 beer to me, though. And I'm not going to give it a 10. Everybody else from Rate Beer and Beer Advocate thinks it's an A beer. I think it's a great beer as far as well made, but information on the bottle leaves a little bit to be desired. So, like I said earlier on yesterday's beer in this, some of their beers are outstanding world-class beers, and some of them are kind of meh. So, with this beer, this particular beer, I think it's a well-made beer. It's a very tasty beer, a 9% beer. It probably will cellar well. I don't know if I'd want to cellar it any longer than this one's been cellared, especially if you're not keeping it in a fridge at like 45 to 50 degrees. If you're keeping it in a closet or a cellar that's like 70 degrees, it's going to get more and more carbonation. If you're not stopping that yeast from fermenting, it's just going to get more and more. I'm actually surprised with the pop I got releasing the cork on this bottle that it didn't spew out all over the place. I really am, especially after I started pouring it and I got that massive head. I'm actually surprised, and I'm glad it didn't. I am. With the new patting that I've done in the house, thinking we were going to move to Florida, which doesn't seem to be like it's going to happen anytime soon with everything else that's going on in my life and my business. I was impressed that it was a nice tasty beer, but I was unimpressed with the carbonation and the dating they're doing on it, guys. So I'm going to give it to B+. I'm going to give it to 7. Numeric rating on this would be an 89 for me, guys. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 91. We're a couple numbers away from that. And if you think it's an A beer, I'm not going to argue with that. It is a well-made beer. It is. Just don't like the overcarbonation that I got, the dating they're doing. And over to Rate Beer, they say 96 overall and 95 in stock. Great number for those guys. And for our final check-in, we'll go over to Untapped. And Untapped has it at 3.81, which is their B+. That's exactly where I would put it, guys. It is a B+ beer. It is. I don't know what else to say about this beer other than I did enjoy it. And Enrico, I do appreciate you sending it to me. But I think we have one more of these great big bottles, and it's their local number 2. I think I'll go ahead and do that tomorrow. But if you had the local number 1, let me know what you think, guys. Whether you enjoyed it, didn't enjoy it, liked it, loved it, best thing you ever had, couldn't stand it, let me know what you think, guys. And come on back tomorrow. Let's dig out that last big bottle of Brooklyn beers and see what it brings to the table. I think it's close to this, but it's a darker beer. We'll see. Come on back tomorrow. Let's dig it out of the fridge together. See you then.